The Conjuring Last Rites is the, well, last of the mainline Conjuring films. I imagine after this they're going to do more spin offs and whatnot, but this is the last film where we have a story completely focused on, well, the Conjuring name, but also Ed and Lorraine's story, Ed and Lorraine Warren. This movie, it's a lot like the others, where there's this family. They have a ghost problem. The Warrens come in and they try and tackle it. But this is the whole thing with this movie is this was their last case. Hence this being their last movie. With this movie taking place in 1986, you get to see a few cool things in this movie. You get to see Ed dealing with his age, which he was kind of doing in the last movie. You get to see their daughter, which is really cool because her character is one of the main characters in Annabelle 3, so it's nice to see her come back, and she has kind of a vendetta with Annabelle in this one, which is kind of cute. Um, and you also get to see how this case is very, well, touching to them. It is very, very close to home, and with the case they tackle in this movie, it's also different because the ghosts, they go into a lot more, let's just say, albeit inappropriate things that the ghosts do that apparently they did in real life, which is actually insane. The series hasn't really done that before. But not being directed by James Wan, they're bringing in a director of the third Conjuring movie and The Curse of La Llorona, and he does a fine job here. I mean, this is his best movie out of, well, those, like the three he's done. And this is not bad. It's a good final entry for The Conjuring. It's a fun time. There's some really, well, cheap jump scares in this movie. So many cool designs. A little bit too much CGI in some places, but what really got me with this movie was the story, where you get to see in 1986, the world's kind of different, and they don't really get much business anymore. The Warrens don't. So you see why this is their last case from that perspective, but also because of what goes down in this movie. And it is really good. The first, like, 45% of this movie, the Warrens don't really get involved. It's mainly family drama. And then they finally get involved, and it's kind of the same old, same old. But with this being the last film in the franchise, I don't really expect them to pull a Halloween Ends here and do something completely different. So, and a part of me's kind of grateful for that because I love Halloween Ends. The movie was divisive. It's probably best to play it safe with the last movie here, and that's exactly what they do with The Conjuring Last Rites. I mean, you know what you're getting into with these movies. They're gonna be just booga booga jump scares every 5 seconds, and you get to see some iconic characters or props from the other movies here, which is good. There's some nice fan service throughout this movie. It kind of goes through the motions for the most part, but it is a very touching story about how these two people had to quit after this. And it's a really fun way, and it's a really touching way to end the series, which is weird coming from a very horrific series about ghosts and real cases. Um, it's different from the other movies in that it's much more family driven. Like I said, there's a lot more family drama here, and they really go into the past. Like there's some good flashbacks in this movie, which they haven't really touched upon before. Besides like the earlier movies like The Nun and things like that, but that weren't really those weren't really flashbacks. That was more just talking about the series in general. And here, there, I mean, this movie still shot really well. Still some good jump scares. Most of the jump scares in this movie are a little played out because they have been in this series for so long, and this has been a series that's gone on since 2013. After this, I'm not sure how much gas the franchise is gonna have. I mean, the mainline Conjuring movies are over post this movie. We might be getting more spin-offs. Who knows? It's hard to say right now. As a series finale to this, like, what, 10 film series, it was fun. It's a fun time. It's not the best. It's not the best in the series, 100%, but it's straight up right down the middle. I will say, from the mainline Conjuring movies, I do like the other three more. This is my least favorite out of the main four, but it's still a pretty good time, and it's still really fun to watch. It's just you gotta go into it with the mindset of this is the last film. It's gonna play it pretty safe. You're gonna be seeing some cool designs, some cool ghosts, and that's all I really need from the last film in this franchise. Doesn't really need to reinvent the wheel because they are marketing this as the last film. So, with all that being said, Conjuring Last Rites, it's a fun time at the movies. I mean, if you want to watch something really spooky to get in preparation for the Halloween season, this is definitely a good one to watch. But if you're going into it looking for anything like groundbreaking or changing, you're not going to get that out of this movie. But I wasn't really looking for that, so I had a good time with it. So I would say The Conjuring Last Rites, I would give about a 7 out of 10.